Welcome to MMA Daily. Here we bring you the latest and most exciting news from the world of mixed martial arts. If you love MMA, make sure to like our videos and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the thrilling updates. Get ready for some interesting news today. Starting off, Francis Ngannou sends warning to Jake Paul following Mike Tyson fight. Moving on, Dana White weighs in on Jon Jones' latest comments on Tom Aspinall fight after UFC 309. Lastly, Jon Jones rejects Stipe Miocic's insincere apology ahead of UFC 309 showdown. Current PFL heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou sent a warning to Jake Paul following his victory over Mike Tyson. Paul and Tyson squared off in a professional boxing match scheduled for 8 two-minute rounds earlier this evening at Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Jake Paul was returning to the ring for the first time since scoring a 6th-round TKO victory over Mike Perry this past July in Tampa Bay, Florida. That finish had marked Jake's 4th win in a row, as he had previously scored first-round knockout victories over Andre August and Ryan Borland, as well as earning a unanimous decision win over UFC legend Nate Diaz. Meanwhile, 58-year-old Mike Tyson was competing in professional boxing for the first time since suffering a defeat to Kevin McBride way back in June of 2005. For what it is worth, Mike had competed in an exhibition bout against Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago, a contest which was ultimately ruled a split draw. Unfortunately for fights fans expecting some magic, tonight's Paul vs. Tyson contest failed to live up to the hype. Although Tyson came out of the gate strong, he seemed to fade quickly after taking some hard shots from Jake Paul in the 3rd round. From there, Jake seemingly carried Mike until the final bell sounded to end the bout in round 8. Immediately following the conclusion of tonight's Paul vs. Tyson contest, several UFC fighters and professional boxers took to social media to share their frustrations with the bout. Most recently, it was reigning PFL heavyweight champion Francis, who took to X with a strong message for the victorious Jake Paul. Next time I see this Jake Paul guy, I'm gonna give him 2 or 3 slaps. It is interesting to see Francis Ngannou take aim at Jake Paul, as the pair had seemingly developed a friendship during Francis's feud with the UFC and subsequent signing with the PFL. UFC CEO Dana White made his first public remarks since Jon Jones' viral comments about Tom Aspinall during UFC 309 Media Day. Jones will defend the UFC heavyweight title against Stipe Miocic at UFC 309 on Saturday in New York. He returns to the octagon almost 2 years after submitting Cyril Gane at UFC 285 to win the then-vacant belt. In the lead-up to UFC 309, Jones has further explained his stance against fighting interim title holder Aspinall with a win this weekend. He called Aspinall and claimed the UK star isn't someone he's interested in doing business with after online banter. White, who remains hopeful he can convince Jones to stick around to fight Aspinall, reacted to Jones's latest comments about the interim heavyweight champion. I think Jon will eventually come back and fight Tom Aspinall, but if he decides Saturday night that's it, it's over, it's his right to make that decision. For anybody to say he's ducking anybody, Jon Jones is like 37, 38 years old, fought everybody, all the best in the world in their prime, been doing it since he was 23 years old. He doesn't duck. If he wins, he'll disappear for a while, and then that competitive spirit will start bubbling up again. If he doesn't decide to retire, he will absolutely, positively fight Tom Aspinall. He's not fighting Alex Pereira. If Jon Jones wants to fight again after Saturday night, he will fight Tom Aspinall. Aspinall is the UFC 309 backup fighter should anything happen with Jon Jones or Stipe Miocic ahead of fight night. White's ultimatum comes after Jones expressed a profound interest in facing Alex Pereira in a future super fight. Pereira and Jones met cage-side at UFC 306 and seem to be on the same page regarding a possible booking. But White isn't thrilled about Jones versus Pereira. Depending on how things play out at UFC 309, White will have some work to do to unify the UFC heavyweight championship. UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones doesn't accept Stipe Miocic's apology. For most of the build to the heavyweight contest, the two legends have largely been respectful to one another. However, things took a turn earlier this month. In a UFC 309 preview released by the company, Stipe Miocic told Jon Jones to bring it on, b****. That one remark seemingly got under the skin of the champion. Since then, Jon Jones has repeatedly slammed Stipe Miocic on social media. The latter responded at UFC 309 Media Day earlier this week, where he largely laughed off the situation. Furthermore, Stipe Miocic issued a half-hearted apology to the heavyweight champion for seemingly hurting his feelings with the comment. Well, that apology didn't smooth things over between the two. Speaking in a recent interview, Jon Jones was asked about Stipe's comments at UFC 309 Media Day. There, Jon Jones referenced prior comments made by the challenger and opened up more on their rivalry. No, I don't accept his apology. At the end of the day, I don't think it was sincere at all. He was like, "I'm sorry I hurt your feelings and whatnot." And there was another time. A few months ago, he mentioned, "At least my kids will never look at me like." He was talking about me and my relationship with my children, but I don't care about him at all at this point. I have no reason to have any sort of mercy or sympathy or play it classy. It's all out the window now. I will remember what he said when I'm punching him in the face. Thanks for watching MMA Daily. We hope you enjoyed the latest updates from the world of mixed martial arts. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more exciting content. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more MMA action.